Okay, so you all know I'm pro-life. You all know that about me. And as I listen to Ben Carson at RNC, you know, Dr. Ben Carson is somebody who is so inspirational. And he says, where you begin in America is not always where you end. And he's correct. So many people want to say it's okay to abort babies, and it's not. So he's a living example of someone who started at the bottom with a single mom, worked his way through schooling, and became a neurosurgeon. So amazing guy. And the thing I love about him too is that he speaks about God. His faith is so amazing. So he said, one of my favorite verses too in Isaiah, he said when he saw Trump go down, he thought immediately, no weapon, he said, formed against you will prevail. I read translations that say no weapon forged against you will prevail. And that is true. That is true against evil. And also, when it comes to people who come against you, Scripture says, although they join hands together to come against you, they will not go unpunished. So along those lines of family, what was it? I think was it Eric Trump? One of the speakers was talking about what the duty of a father is. The father's duty in life is to take care of his family. That is what a father's duty is. And there's no getting out of it. And even if a man divorces his family, he's got to live with that stigma for the rest of his life because everyone knows it's wrong, period. It's wrong. And back in the day, I remember talking to my elderly neighbor who said that her dad back in the day would go to the bar and drink, and he came into some money from his father or something, and he went, she's gone now, so that's why I'm saying this. Anyway, her father went to the bar down in Pennacook, New Hampshire. There was this bar that used to be right around the circle now, but he went there, and he thought he was a big shot, and he left his family, and he went and he spent money on another woman. And all she wanted was his money. And years later, he ended up going back to her mother. And so the disgrace he had to deal with for years was pretty big. And I think back then, when families were even closer knit and stronger, in the sense of everyone knew everyone, your shame was huge. So a father's job is that's his duty, and when he doesn't want his duty, he will have shame. So I love hearing what Dr. Carson has to say. Very smart man. And when you surround yourself around people, we need other people around people who are smart, people who have some morals and who are good. You are going to grow, and that's one of the reasons why I surrounded myself around church a lot when I had kids, because I knew I didn't want to do it on my own, I wanted to break some patterns that my grandmother had, and I wanted to change things up. And so as I did that, I had a lot of different people around me helping me to raise my kids. And a lot of family that is not loyal to you, you can get that from other people in life. Whether you're looking at Trump and saying, hey, I'm going to take that, I'll leave this, but I'm going to take that. Whether you're looking at people from the past, reading about Margaret Thatcher, reading about other people who are good examples, you can incorporate that into your life and change things. So we want to continue, ongoing education for ourselves. And the smarter we are, the stronger we will be as Americans. We want to study. And one of my sons has a book on the shelf. I'm going to ask him tonight if I can borrow it, more about World War I. And we want to study constantly. Any gaps we have, we want to continue working on our mind, because that is the only way we are going to be able to be strong. And, even listening to J.D. Vance, there's a lot I can learn from him, and he's younger than me. So we don't have to be political someone said before to me, stay out of politics, Melissa. We don't have to be political to have a political mindset. We should, at, my age, never mind Vance's age, J.D. Vance, but at my age, we should really start coming around to think about how can we serve our country more. And one mom was saying that she volunteered, and I thought, what a great idea to volunteer. So something that I may want to look into too, volunteering for the party I stand with. So it's not just politics. It's biblical principles that you want incorporated into our country. So that's what I got, and I'm going to be studying some stuff I want to study. Next video will probably be about homeschooling. Okay, thanks for joining me.